Alright, we're here with another episode, NoKayFabin.com. Sandman.
What up?
Former 4-time ECW World Champion. I want to thank you for being on my show. How long did you train before you started wrestling?
Yo, Ty! Turn that down, please! What was that?
How long did you train before?
Yo, freaking, it was crazy. Literally, the only training I did in my, I don't know, like wrestling came easy to me or something, but I went to an independent show, back in like whatever, I guess it was 1989. I went to an independent show in February, and I was like, because I'd never seen a small indie show. I'd only seen I'd been to the Spectrum to sit, plenty of times, but I never saw a small indie show. And this dude was, and I was like, wait a minute, I can fucking do this. Like, these guys are bigger than most of the dudes that were going out there, But, because like Vince McMahon, he had all the giants, you know what I mean? And you're like, fuck, those guys are huge, But the indie shows, it was small guys. I'm like, I can do this. Literally, within 2 weeks, I started training because the guy opened up a school. At March 6th, I started training, and by June 9th or 10th, I was done.
So who was it?
Never trained any more than that.
So who was it that trained you during that
A guy named Larry Winters. No, he was a jobber, like when jobbers were jobbers, like back in the day for Vince,
So he worked for Vince before?
Yeah, this is Larry Winters, dude. Yeah, but he was a jobber, guys that didn't do one. They don't have. There's no such thing as really jobbers anymore.
Did you run into him afterwards in the business?
Yeah. He's got 2 kids to play. He was at the Chains last show. His kids play like hockey in that building or something. He's got 2 kids that play for Junior Flyers that are pretty damn good.
Show in Philly or
the show in Philly.
Okay, all right.
So training was like 3 months, man. I mean, literally, and first match, everything, and I never done the training.
So how did you get your first break in the tri-state?
Because the dude whose indie show I went to named Joel Goodhart, who was the original owner. It was Tri-State Wrestling Alliance. Then it was Eastern Championship Wrestling. Then it was Extreme. So this dude, he had his little indie promotion, and he had a school, which was perfect. You know what I mean? So I could go to a school and wrestle for him. A lot of guys. Like the guys that went to like the Monster Factory and stuff like that, they had to go out and find work. I was getting work from the dude that I paid $3,000 to fucking train from,
Yeah.
So it was easy. I mean, I really had it easy.
So you said they was affiliated with the ECW?
Well, it was Tri-State Wrestling Alliance. That guy went under. He ran out of money, and then Todd Gordon took it over, my best friend. Then Todd Gordon took it over from him, and then Paul Lee took it over from Todd.
So there wasn't no initial contact for you to get into ECW, it just transferred?
I was there. I was the first. Anybody that ever wrestled in that company had no. I had the most experience in that, the most time in.
So it just transformed?
Like Dreamer. Those guys didn't come in for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Before that company was there.
So it just transformed, and you was there during the
I got lucky, man. I got so fucking lucky. Just like being right place, totally right place. And I was 28 years old, or 27, 26 or 27 years old. You know what I mean? I was you know what? It was just fucking. It was crazy how lucky I got.
All right, I know you had a feud with Don Morocco, and that's where you won your first.
Yeah, not really like a feud, but
it
was in a little bar. My house is this house right here. This house is like 4,000 square foot. The bar was smaller than that. Little place. And Morocco picks me up to do his I get like a tombstone pile driver, something Morocco used to do, and my wife was throwing powder in his face. Totally missed him. You know what I mean? And Todd Gordon was the first one to put the belt on me. It was Todd's first show. He made me his champion. Now I missed his first show because I was I was barred from the bar. That first show was in.
So what were your thoughts on winning the world title from Morocco? Morocco's like a legend at the time.
I know. When I was I used to watch him and Snoop.
You young,
I used to. Morocco was one of my favorites, man.
So how was that?
It was a little surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're so green, and I mean, now it's like no big, it's no big deal because I'm one of those guys now. You know what I mean? But when I was then, it's I don't know. It's kind of it's hard to put to put it into words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just like, fuck, I'm winning the strap from fucking Morocco tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm fucking paid to see this guy for fucking 20 years. Literally.
Yeah, that's why I asked that. You know, I know
it's crazy, man. It's so hard to put into words that, you know, that feeling like when you know, like guys going into the NBA and stuff.
And then that was your first world title win, so I know.
Technically. It
must have meant.
But I didn't even know. But you know what it did? Because I always wanted, when I was fucking 5 years old, I wanted to be a professional wrestler. I didn't want to be. I didn't have to be the champion. All I wanted to do was be a wrestler. So the belt thing wasn't nowhere near as big as the actually just. Being a wrestler, you know what I mean? Because to me it was because I was like an athlete, you know, throughout my life, and it was like because the belt's like given to you, you don't really earn it. Somebody's like, yo, you're winning, you're losing, dude, and I'm like, all right, it's not like I'm fucking Kurt Angle in the Olympics or something, you know what I mean? I'm like, they wrote me into this position, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't really, the belt thing didn't mean that much to me.
It's funny
because I wasn't really technically earning it, but in a way you do earn it because usually the people that are in positions like that, you know what I mean?
That's what I mean, you know, because they're not just gonna put anybody there. You gotta be. There's gotta be something there about you. You gotta be good. You gotta.
Oh, see, but that's true.
As much as you could say it's fake, it's like okay, no, but you gotta be good in order to be in that spot.
Okay,
you know?
okay, but that's true. If it was fucking 20 years ago, Vince will put a fucking belt on anybody right now. These kids, like if I'm going through the channels, I'm like, yo, that dude's carrying the strap for them, like the Miz and stuff like, you know, they're all great wrestlers. And I mean, if you get to that point, I don't care who the fuck you are, you can do your shit right. But I seen guys with that belt, and I'm like, there is no way in the world 10 years ago any of these guys would have got out of their fucking. Didn't Vince used to have like a lower weight class?
Yeah.
Yo, these dudes are in that lower weight class. There used to be a whole different weight class for the dudes that Vince is going to put a world belt on right now. And I'm not sure. Maybe he just does it so he sells their dolls and stuff more. You know, like a kid, that means a lot to a little kid that's like 6 years old. Oh, he's the champion, he's got a belt. You know, maybe Vince does it strictly just to sell shit, which it would be smart.
I think at the same time it's because, you know, the stigma that wrestling has with these big guys on steroids, and, you know, a lot of them don't use the CM Punks, and you know they known for being clean. So,
yeah, but these guys are fucking—they're not bigger than life, man. Wrestling's not.
But this is what I'm saying.
Bigger than life.
I'm thinking that's what they going by, you know.
These dudes are like you. These dudes are like you. Your height, everything, fucking carrying around a world. All right, if you look like Chris Benoit, that's fine with.
The belt.
Yeah, but if you're thick like Chris Benoit, like Benoit was before he died, you know what I mean? I just think these guys are just. They should do a different weight class with them.
Nah, that's true. I seen the Nas. I did an interview with the Nas boys. When I walked into that room, them dudes is big, you know. And you see that was the first thing I said. I said, "Damn, you huge." He said, "Yeah, this is the old school. This ain't." Nah, that's the first thing he said, you know.
But fucking believe we're not little kids around here, man. We're 400-pound dudes.
That's the first thing. Yo, the dude is big.
Yeah,
big dudes.
It's fucking way it is, man. You know. Yeah, the old school's.
I know what you mean, though.
They'll just give anybody a fucking strap now. I mean, I don't know. Vince is obviously doing something right. He still has 5 million people a week watching his show. Even though porn stars took him over. And American Pickers.
Alright, did Todd Gordon tell you to evolve your character more towards who you really were?
No, it just happened. Fucking me and Todd were obviously best friends. Paulie didn't like me in the beginning. Paulie's like, this dude can't get over. He was telling Todd. And Todd's like, well, fucking, you got him working as a baby face, and they go out there and they fucking boo him. So maybe you want to fucking let him work fucking heel a little bit, you know what I mean? So I worked heel, and then fucking I don't know, the cigarette, the beer, Todd's just like, just go out there like the way you're hanging out here in the back. And I just did. I took the real person who I am and put it out there. Instead of being somebody fake, he was like, well, this is what you do, and this is what you know. Instead of trying to act, you know what I mean?
So he kind of did give you a piece of it.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Todd, no way, Paul wouldn't have given me probably wouldn't have given me the opportunity. You know, but sometimes, man, Paul admits it. Paul's like, yeah, you're fucking right about it. You know what I mean? Paul knew he didn't see it in the beginning. He's told me that.
All right, I've been dying to ask you this. I'm talking about for years, ever since before I got into this business. And I know a lot of people want to know this question. All right? Do you think the Stone Cold character was a blatant rip-off of the Sandman?
Nah, fucking... No, because... Listen, I was the first person to ever bring a Singapore fucking cane into the ring. Tojo Yamamoto was doing it in the early 70s, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Alright, I'm drinking you know, it's pretty hard to be the first person to fucking do shit anymore, you know what I mean? Fucking like, first person to have to use a ladder, A lot of people don't know this one. Yo, I invented the ladder match. Yeah. Fucking nobody else but me. I don't care who the fuck Vince says or whatever. I was the first one to use to make a ladder match. But it's so hard to do something original, you know what I mean? And if Steve went out there and drinking a beer after your match is totally different than drinking fucking a 6-pack before your fucking match, during your entrance, and making yourself bleed before you even get in the ring.
I thought about that too. So the only thing that was the same was the beer drinking. That's it.
Yeah, you know what? But the beer, kind of like that. It's kind of like that John Wayne attitude. That's what Dreamer would call us. He's like the Sandman's John fucking Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Fucking. It's kind of like that. You know, bucket authority, fuck you, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So no, I wasn't the first one ever like John Wayne. You know what I mean? So nah, I don't.
So you don't think Vince Russo deliberately seen your character and?
I never even thought of
that.
I wouldn't have even known that Russo was the booker then. Yeah. I never paid that.
That's why I asked that.
Yeah, but I don't see it like that.
All right. Did you and Stone Cold ever have that conversation?
No.
Never?
Well, no, I wouldn't even bring up something like that. Because it wasn't, I never even, when everybody asked me the fucking question, you know, it's obviously the same answer, but no, man.
Yeah, all right.
And I've worked him a bunch of times. Well, the times that I worked him, were I was his like last 3 matches before when he got fired, WCW. He was in ECW for like 2 months. And then he signed with Vince, but he was supposed to, him and Mikey Whipwreck, Paul didn't want me to lose to Stone Cold, so he had me lose to Mikey Whipwreck, and then Stone Cold was going to beat Mikey Whipwreck for the belt, and then Stone Cold left and went there, you know what I mean? So I had a couple matches with him before that, but that's something I would never bring up.
Yeah, the reason why I asked,
even if it bothered me, I wouldn't bring it up.
The reason why I asked, because, you know, the fans, you know, you would know that. Obviously, it's been asked to you many times.
No, the only time it pisses me off is when somebody who doesn't have a clue tells me that I was ripping off Steve Austin. That's the only time I've ever had a problem with that. I'm like, dude, I was doing this fucking 10 years before he was.
Yeah, so being that, you know, I know you've heard it. I know he's heard it. I know y'all both heard it, been around each other. I would figure y'all had the conversation, you know. That's why I asked if you ever had the conversation. All right. So the entrance through the fans, the cane, the beer, and the smashing against the head, it was all just...
Took a couple years to get that way. First time I did it, I went out there, I had a bottle of beer. You know what I mean? It's just working you're working like 6 times a month there, you know. It was a gradual process over to where I get to the point where I'm smashing cans against my head. You know what I'm saying? So first it was just 1 beer, and then it was a beer and a cigarette. And then it was a couple beers, and then next thing you know, it's a 6-minute fucking party.
Okay. So it just evolved, like you said.
Yeah, you're doing it every night. You're going out there, you're like, all right, let me stand on this chair and see what happens. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Yeah. Let me go stand on anything that's out there that you know, to get yourself above so everybody can see. You know what I mean? But when you're on one side of the arena, if you're all down there all on the other fans, they can't really see that, because that's why I always see me stepping on rails or fucking something, you know. Yeah. I invented that too, coming out of the crowd. Diamond Dallas Page, he's cool. He's a buddy of mine, but you stole that from me, Dallas.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna be honest with you. Me being a fan, in my opinion, I watched wrestling since I was 5 years old. So me being a fan, I'm gonna be honest. I think you got the greatest entrance in history of wrestling. Do you ever think about that? You ever thought about that?
It's pretty decent.
You ever thought it was?
Yeah, I only think about it when somebody else brings it up. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's pretty cool.
You ever seen the video?
5-minute entrance is decent.
You ever seen the video with the kid behind you going crazy, and you was?
Does the kid grab the cane from my hand and hit himself in the head?
He had some beer and was going crazy. You don't know. I seen that one time. I said, oh man, I would do anything to beat that guy right there next to you that day. Shit. It was nice, man. Yeah, man. That entrance is serious. All right. Where did the name Hack come from?
My older brother gave it to me when I was like 5 years old. My real name's James, but then those 2 sons in the other room over there, they call me Hack.
Yeah.
My 3-year-old calls because he's half Hack, half Dad, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've had that name for a long time.
All right, well, why was your WCW stint so short?
I got fired. They lost $70 million that fucking the year that they fired me. They purged like 50 guys from the payroll that
How long
year.
did you last there?
Huh?
How long did you last there?
I got paid for all 3 years. They paid me the whole 700.
You worked 3 years?
No, I was there for fucking 28 matches.
That's what I was saying.
I got paid,
I remember, like,
and they paid me the whole contract.
Get there and leave.
Paid me the whole fucking 3 years. Sat home, didn't even work. Oh, I was getting doubly paid because the whole time that I worked for Paul, I left. I started. They paid this and this. They gave me a $10,000 signing bonus on September 9th. Didn't use me again until like February 26th. I worked from like February till June. Was done for him, and then still got paid $5 grand a week for another fucking 2 years, and then was making $4 grand a week.
You know what's
for
funny?
Paul.
How everybody.
There was a lot of money back.
I don't understand how does everybody ask how did WCW go out of business?
They
Right? I
lost
think it's
$70 million
I think
that
it's
year.
common sense.
They were pissing money on nothing.
Like they hired you, you came in like you said, 28
Sit
days,
home.
and then they never put you. to
There
work
was
again.
50 guys like me that were sitting home making
You wonder why
all the
they-
brothers,
you know?
fucking the brothers from Pensacola. They're all the family. They got the dad. They were real fiery. One of them's still a ref in WWE. The Armstrongs. Fucking like 4 of them were sitting home making $2,500 a week. There was like 50 guys, maybe 100 guys that were sitting home still getting paid. For years and years, like Sid and stuff, man. I think there's guys that are fucking still on that payroll.
I'm nowhere in the business, and you know, I'm just thinking, how do people even ask the question why? Still to this day, why did WCW go out of business? Like, come on, I think that's common sense.
Yeah, they did a good fucking run though. Bischoff had a fucking great run against Vince for them
If you're
wars.
giving money away, of course you're gonna have a good run. You're throwing money
Right.
away, like, come on. Anybody can have a run doing that, you know? In my opinion, the way he was throwing it away,
Yeah,
you know?
a lot of talent.
Yeah. All right. Do you know what were WWE's initial plans for the ECW reunion show and with yourself?
Had no idea. Found out when I got there. Actually, I didn't find out until about 5 o'clock that afternoon. We were the very last match for anybody to go over. Yeah, actually, the pay-per-view was on before I knew what I was doing.
Wow.
Which was fine by me. I mean, but because that fucking match, you gotta understand, there's like 18 people in that match. We had like 7 different run-ins between Francine and PJ and the Blue Meanie and fucking Stevie Richards. There's like 17 people in that match. And you know, you had to know this run-in, this run-in, this run-in. You know, I had to know like 8 different run-ins. But yeah, well, it was fun. And Dreamer put it all together. I didn't have anything to do with putting it together. They just gave it to me. Right. Dreamer was, it was just given to me. I didn't really have like a lot of say, you know. Not like that, but just because it wasn't like Dreamer was freezing me out of it. That's just the way, because he had to give all those other people were there, and we had to get, you know, because you couldn't use all of them. So, and they all wanted to be out on the camera. So Dreamer figured out a way to do all those run-ins to get everybody some camera time, you know.
Why do you think Why do you think Vince don't follow up on something that's obviously money like that?
No idea. Fucking no. I don't try and figure out Vince, man. I just know the guy's fucking brilliant.
Really?
Yeah, Vince is brilliant. The guy's been on Monday night 1,000 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The dude's got 1,000. You're doing something right when you're fucking highest rated show on cable for fucking 1,000 shows.
Yeah.
You know, he's totally doing something right.
Yeah.
The only thing he's doing wrong is putting all that money into his wife's fucking.
I don't disagree that he is a genius, but the reason why I said it like that is because of the question that I asked, and then your follow-up answer is like, all right, again, why do you think Vince don't follow up on something that's obviously money?
I know, you know,
like,
no, but you know why? There's a lot of voices that go in. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, the meetings that literally that freaking show. My spot. I would go in, and at 1 o'clock they would post the lineup, and I'd be doing this. By 2:30, I was doing something else. By 5 o'clock, I was doing something else on the show. Wow. By 6 o'clock, I wasn't even on the show. I think that's how much they change. They got them like 5 produced. They got these 5 ideas. It's not like a booker like it used to be a 1-person thing now. This is fucking, they're writing a fucking TV show. You know what I mean? There's a lot of fucking voices in there. Big fucking production meetings and shit.
It's funny though that you say they writing a TV show. So yet, if you're writing a TV show, then how can you switch it up? Right during the show,
Well, you can. Guys fucking get hurt. Fucking used to, just shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always think they're gonna follow up on this. This is great, and then it's gone. Like the one-legged kid. The one-legged kid wrestler, you can still be doing shit. That guy can be your champion.
You think that was a good gimmick?
I loved it.
Yeah?
Man, I loved the kid too. The one, I know they hired the wrong one. See, you wanna know how the company can be so good and so fucked up? Vince found out about the kid. The kid was on fucking TNA. I said, kid, I remember sitting in my hotel room with me and fucking the devil dude, James, the dude from ECW. And I was like, yo, dude, I can't believe Vince doesn't use you. They called him, they hired another one-legged kid, the wrong one-legged kid the next day.
By mistake?
Yeah, they hired the wrong one-legged kid.
By mistake?
Yeah, obviously.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just how screwed up a big company things can get. You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, we want this kid, and then go hire a different dude.
Alright, was Santino Marella your last match in the WWE?
Yeah.
Did you injure
Green Bay.
Did you injure your ankle in that match?
No, I was working.
Alright. Why do you think they let you go after that?
It had nothing. It was an Africa trip where I fucking had it out with who's the agent? Jimmy, the Dragon, Ricky the Dragon. He was the agent on the trip, and he said something that pissed me off, so I went off on him. Yeah, right on the plane. John Cena was like, "Come on, act, relax." We were all drinking. Yeah, it was crazy.
So after that, I was it.
Yeah, it wasn't much either. But I was fucking yelling at him in front of all the boys, so I guess they didn't like that.
What was exactly it?
I'll tell you exactly what it was. I want to fucking smoke a cigarette. We're on a private big like 7:47. You know what I mean? All the boys, whoever's going to Africa, like 40 of us, 40 some of us, and I had a cigarette in my fucking hand because we could get right off. And we don't go in the jetway because it was late. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We get off right on the timer. So I want to light a cigarette as soon as I get off the plane. Fucking he stands up and goes, Sandman, don't you dare light that cigarette. I'm like, what are you, fucking stupid? I don't have a fucking lighter in my hand. You know what I mean? Just doing something like that. Don't do that to me.
True, yeah.
You know what I mean? He's totally starting it.
Yeah, I got you. All right, I'm gonna.
It's like, don't try, because he was the only agent on the trip, and it was the first time they were doing that with him. So I think that was his way trying to make a stand or something. I'm like, no, not to me, buddy. I've been in business 20 years.
I got you. All right, I'm gonna read you something that was in the internet. All right, I know a lot of things. At least
you said you prefaced it with it was on the internet.
I'm saying if I read off the internet, I'm not gonna say that I know this because you don't know what you know.
No, it's cool. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm gonna read it to you, and I just want you to give your side of the story of it. All right. It says here on July 20th, 2008, at a party for Captain Lou Albano, Fullington began fighting a Yonkers, New York restaurant employees when they called the police. Upon the police's arrival, he turned on them and started throwing glasses their way, injuring 2 of them. He was at first denied bail on July 23rd due to previous convictions of burglary in 1983. His bail was later set at $10,000. The judge also issued a restraining order barring Fullington from contacting the owner of the restaurant where the incident had occurred, and Fullington was ordered to stay away from the restaurant. Fullington was fined $1,000, had to pay another $200 in court costs, and was given a 1-year conditional discharge. Fullington was also facing criminal mischief and assault charges, which were dropped in return for the guilty plea.
Close. I mean, nothing significant enough for me to be like, oh no, that's not true.
Yeah, I seen the video.
Yeah, it's close.
I
don't remember it though. I don't remember.
I was just bugging that you was just wild out on cops like that.
I was fucked up, man. I drank like fucking 30 Long Island.
Yeah, I see you. You look twisted.
Yeah, like 30 Long Island that day. Yeah, that's pretty much the story.
No doubt. All right. Why were you not at ECW Rising? I was there in the show in New York.
When was this?
The show in New York, the one before the second one well, the third one actually. I was at the first one. You was there. The second.
The one in the Northeast, and then I was at the one in I was at the one in New York.
In Queens.
Yeah.
You was there. I didn't see you there.
It was their second. Yeah. I thought the two in the Northeast and the one in. I was at the one in Queens. Oh, I didn't go in the locker. I was sitting there. It was too hot, fucking down there for me. I was outside with my boys.
I was in the back of the locker room. I didn't see you. I didn't see you nowhere that day. I thought you didn't go show up.
No, yeah, and I came in. I did my running from I did my walking from outside. That's funny. You didn't see me at all.
All right, it's funny you just mentioned that. I noticed in Red you usually do run-ins and don't wrestle. Why is that?
Because of my. Here, you want to look at it. You want to look how big this knee's twice the size of this knee.
Shit.
You know what I mean? Fucking, I broke 22, 23 bones in my. I broke in my neck, my fucking back. This twice, my foot, fucking this knee operated on, multiple fingers, 5 ribs. You know what I mean? A lot of fucking injuries. I'm not working. No, put it this way: if it was Vince, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? But for the money that you're going to pay me, that's what you're getting. Yeah. I'm not working. It's not worth it to me at that point.
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Have you owned a successful construction company based out of Salt Lake, Utah since 1994?
Yeah, 96.
Yeah.
96 and it's sold.
Oh, you don't own it no more?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you still owned it.
Yeah, being a part of my, yeah.
So, you don't own anything else other than doing wrestling? Besides the house, I mean business-wise.
Landscaping business for my 2 boys. Yeah. I pared down, man. I used to be real busy doing a lot of shit.
That's good, man. The reason why I say that I mentioned this because one would look at you and wouldn't even imagine,
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking people are idiots.
Yeah, and even me, I was surprised, honestly, when you said you retired, you have the house, and then I seen your area. I'm like, wow, this is nice, man. It's fucking nice, man. Yeah, man. That's good, man. That's good. You do good for yourself. You've done good for yourself, Whatever you did.
A lot of fucking wrestlers, man. When you make the money, you gotta fucking do the right things with it because, especially I'll give you a perfect example. Fucking look at this is what Vince has done since after all the ECW guys were gone, like we were saying. But he's got his super. There's no middle class for Vince anymore. He's got his big guys that make money and he's got all these the younger new guys that you see that are champions and shit now. Those guys, I guarantee he ain't paying those guys anywhere near what they should be making. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's no middle class even for Vince. What was the original question, man? I get on middle class there. What did you originally
Just basically saying, that you did good for yourself.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but there, it could be, your career could be, over like that. But you gotta understand, I was making $100,000 a year when I started professional wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was making $100,000 back in 1989.
Yeah.
So I always knew how to make money. In fact, the only years that I ever really made more money in wrestling than outside of wrestling were those years that I told you about when I was getting double paid by WCW and ECW. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But besides that, I had other ways to make money.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't want to offend you, but it's just going by what I've seen. A lot of guys are broke, and not only that. Sometimes you look at you and you can't tell that you got, you cannot tell.
Yo, you look at Mick Foley and I know he's fucking, that guy's rich shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody always, and Mick, he don't spend a dime either. He was notoriously cheap. I mean, I don't really know him that good. I've worked with him, me and him were never friends, hung out. Yeah. We never really hung out together outside of business.
Anyway, I read you no-showed an Impact taping and never were heard of again. Is that true?
What's Impact?
TNA.
Oh, fucking no, this was Terry Taylor, me and Terry Taylor never got along. Fucking, he knew I was going on vacation. He knows I do not email. Terry's only ever gotten a hold of me for by texting. So that day they know I'm going to Florida. I was in Florida. I had to get a story. So He calls me I'm on vacation for 2 weeks down in the Keys. And he calls me, he's like, yo, Hat, why didn't you get you on your plane in Philly today? I said, Terry, I told you fucking 2 weeks ago that I was going to be on vacation. He goes, well, I sent you an email. I said, Terry, no, you didn't. I said, Terry, what's my email? He goes, oh, yeah, I have it right here. He goes, no, I don't have your email. He goes, no, I don't have your email. I said, yeah, because you've only ever gotten a hold of me by text. So I jump in my car and fucking fly. I got my 3-year-old with me. I have my 3-year-old boy with me. I have my other son with me, my 12-year-old out there, and a friend of mine. I'm trying to get out of the Keys, 100 miles. I missed my plane by like 15 minutes in Miami, and they had me on they had me opening the show. And Rhino took my place. They were going to have me opening the show and do a job for Abyss anyway. So it was really, I saw like a lot of the guys didn't see how that was going to go there. You know what I mean? But it wasn't going to, it wasn't going to, they fucked with Dreamer too. You know what I mean? Because they didn't tell Dreamer. It's the reason why, if you really want to know the reason why the Dudleys left there for a little bit, they left there for a month or so, it was over that ECW thing.
And what happened?
Because they jobbed us out. They beat the fuck out of us and never let us come back. They put us with Dixie all of a sudden, the owner, and then that's how they take control of the companies, by jobbing us.
So the Dudleys
Dreamer didn't know that was happening. And then when the Dudleys found, they didn't even tell the Dudleys it was going to happen. As soon as they found out, that's when they said they were leaving. Then all of a sudden the ECW shit's going. Oh, the Dudleys are back working for him again. That's what happened there.
All right, we're gonna take a little break and come back to part 2.
Yeah.
NoCaveFading.com.
Yo, idiots.
I think it's a good. NoCaveFading.com part 2. Sandman. All right. Well, we were talking about TNA when we stopped, so I want to know your thoughts on the company in a whole.
What, TNA?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't understand that company. Her dad just making so much. What's her name's dad? I mean, the company makes no money. Their ratings are the drizzly shits. They're paying a lot of people a lot of cash. And I guess it's just to make her happy. Daddy's making her happy. Because you know, Dad's paying the energy, and energy prices are up like 25-30% in the last like 3-4 years. So, you know, maybe it's there to lose money or something, but it doesn't make any sense financially, I'm sure. They can't be making a dime. I mean, the ratings are like 1s, aren't they? Less than 1s.
Yeah, 1s.
Did they even get a 1?
Yeah, 1.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, how can you make money doing that?
Sometimes
I mean, they don't have the payroll Vince has, but still. Yeah.
Her father is a.
No, but they got a good deal though too. Like you know, with Disney, I'm sure they don't pay shit for that bill. Maybe Disney even pays them. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Her father's a billionaire. You don't know?
I just know he's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Back to.
But sometimes when you're making that money, you need some businesses that don't make money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just a big tax thing for them or something. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe she loves it.
Well, if I had that kind of money,
you don't think she loves it?
Yeah, well, like with my daughter, yeah, but I can understand his position too.
So if she loves it, then you know he's helping her.
Right, because I was just thinking in my head, my daughter, you know, paid for her to go to Johnson & Wales freaking culinary school. Stayed there like a week. Came home crying, don't want to be there. Went another college out somewhere else. Was going 2 weeks. Mr. Boyfriend home. You know what I mean? It's just you do it. Your kids, man. You just fucking do it for your kids, man. It doesn't matter.
She says she has passion, so if she loves it, then that's her father, you know. That's what I would think. I don't know. Anyway, all right. Back to your construction business. How did that come about?
I was always in construction. That's what I was. When I was 14 years old, I was running a roofing crew. Instead of going to high school, I was running 45-year-old drunks. To do roofers and notorious drunks. But yeah, I was always in construction.
So what you started doing, just taking contracts?
My buddy, actually, it wasn't even my idea. I was actually wrestling I was wrestling in Japan, and one of my buddies called me, a guy that we worked, you know, one of my best friends in the world. And he goes, Salt Lake City just got the Olympic bid for the 2002 games, and this was '96. He's like, let's go start a concrete company there. I said, as soon as I get home, I said, bet. We were out there maybe in like 2-3 months. So it wasn't my idea to go out there. That was all his idea. You know what I mean? I was just like, all right, let's do it.
How did you
it worked out great.
How did you go out there and just start it like that?
Well, because me and him had worked we had made some other brothers rich when we were younger, when we were like, like maybe through, I don't know, whatever years it was, but we had worked for other dudes, and we were running their company. It was 100, me and my buddy were running like 111 workers at one point. So we were like, fuck it, let's go do it all for ourselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, when something gets the Olympics, man, if it's a boom town for the next 5-6 years, you know?
So what, you knew people that needed...
We didn't know anybody out there. Went out there, fucking, it started, and just got work. And because our work was fucking, we did it better than anybody else and faster. So it was easy to get work.
Wow. All right, your thoughts on JBL? The
same thing's happening now. We're getting ready to do it again, and because I don't know if you know what like the Marcellus shale track is. It's all that gas drill and the fracking that they're doing that's poisoning everybody's water. There's towns from like the Marcellus shale goes fucking like the heart of it's right below Harrisburg, and it goes all the way up to fucking like Buffalo, all the way down to Tennessee. There's literally towns that 2 years ago or a year and a half ago had 500 people, and now they have 15,000 because everybody's doing that drilling for natural gas right now. So there's these little boom towns all over Ohio, Western PA, and one of those towns they need a fucking car dealer, they need a strip club. So that's it's kind of a little bit in the works now, you know. Do something else to make money, you know. You gotta fucking do it somehow.
Well done, good luck.
I want to be a used car salesman. Sandman's used car sales. It's fucking hilarious.
You're gonna be the owner of a used
car. Progress.
The owner of a used
No, I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy out there. I want to sell the dudes. You know what I mean? But the thing is, and all these dudes that are working there, they're making 3 times the money that they're used to making at home. You know what I mean? Carpenters are making $70 an hour. They got a ton of cash. Strip clubs and car dealers.
Yeah.
I hope we get it started soon.
No doubt. You're a smart man, man. I never would have thought for real.
Boom towns, man. Wherever big water's money. Fuck. I'm still making cemetery plots, man.
Alright, your thoughts on JB and Kurt Angle, who felt like ECW...
Who? JB?
Alright, again, your thoughts on JBL and Kurt Angle, who felt like ECW and hardcore were killing the business.
To each their own. You know what I mean? What the fuck? You know, what can I fucking say? All I know is they all fucking copied what we did. They all copied what we... how about that clothesline that JBL threw on that kid on their 1000th show? Did you watch it a couple weeks ago?
No, I mean...
He came out at the end and he fucking shot this kid in for a clothesline. Oh my God, it was the hardest clothesline I've ever seen him throw, I think. Because it was at the end of a match and the dude was already laid out or something, you know, and he came out with Road Warrior, fucking Diamond Dallas Page. They all came out at the end and JBL tried to rip this kid's face off on an ass sometimes.
That's crazy.
But he was a cool dude, though, fucking JB. I mean, you don't want to work with him sometimes, apparently. He's a little stiff, but totally cool dude. He was happy as shit. Now, but this is what you do. If you go back and you watch that pay-per-view again, the first one night stand, the one where JBL fucks up the meanie.
Yeah.
I had no idea any of that was happening. I just knew JBL wasn't going to want to be in the ring anymore. So if you watch me, I go over and grab him like, yo, buddy, all right, come on, you know, you can come out this way. And then the meanie puts it in and put it out somewhere. Oh, the Sandman saved me from JBL. I was like, oh, thanks, you know. but no, I had no idea that shit was happening.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know. There's a lot of guys in the ring.
You couldn't tell. It's afterwards, meanie was all.
Yo, and then the fucking knuckleheads, they had a nice little lawsuit maybe going, and then they go job themselves out on TV the next night when they ran out and they came out on a fucking big wheel or something.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, Vince was like, oh yeah, I'll give you a job, don't sue us. They used them once or something.
Wow.
Yeah, something crazy.
So he was going to sue him for that?
For that JBL thing, yeah, but then I think...
I didn't know that.
It was a good lawsuit possibility.
Why is it that WCW never came to MSG?
What's the Madison Square Garden?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's something I've always wondered.
Maybe Vince and the fucking Union Boys. Vince's dad was a
I'm figuring he blackballed something to keep them out.
I don't, yes, you know, so, yeah.
Right? It's the only way. And he said, I'm not going to work here.
They didn't have a problem going anywhere else. Yeah.
You
Never
know?
thought about that.
I did. Like,
I only got the chance to work there once. I've only worked in that garden once.
Yeah, that's one of my questions I wanted to ask you. All right. Glad you did work there. All right. All right. To work in MSG, does the feeling stand up to the hype?
Well, it was kind of, because that night it was like fucking my son, I think like, I don't want to say like Little Wayne was there. I mean, there was a lot of celebrities there that night. The boxer, Holyfield was there. There was some...
Raw? It was Raw?
It was, yeah, but for some reason there was like more celebrities there than usual or something, you know what I mean? And you know, it was pretty cool. It's like wrestling in Budokan Hall in Japan. Some would say the fucking Mid-South Coliseum in fucking Tennessee, you know what I mean? All the buildings, you know, but it's not like any real big thing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So you didn't get no...
No, nothing actually. No, but it's but to me, I like log it in my head, like the way my brain works. It's like bam, work there, bam, work there. You know what I mean?
No doubt. All right. Back to the question. All right. I didn't really let you elaborate. I think again, why is it that you think WCW never MSG?
I don't. There's a fucking reason, but I don't know. And it'd be I mean, I can't even elaborate. Anything that I would say would be like totally fucking like. It's kind of like fucking when you ask me, oh, what do you think about these guys said this? But no, I'm not going to do that. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
And I never thought about it until you asked me.
Yeah. I'm dying to find out the answer to that. All right. Your thoughts on the indie circuit?
I don't know it. I don't watch wrestling.
The indie circuit.
I don't know. I don't go on it. I don't
You
work.
don't do the indies?
No.
When you do the run-ins?
I've only do that for the Shane show.
Yeah,
Besides that, I've worked probably less than twice in the last
really?
2 years.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I got no, man. I can't wrestle. My body's fucked up, man. I mean, like, it's different. If it was Vince, it'd be a different story. You know what I mean? You could do it then, you know, but not. You know, I'm not cool because the guy. What do they want to pay? They want to pay $750, $1,000 to fly to where? Fucking Seattle, Washington. 2 days out of my fucking schedule. You know, I can't. You know, do great. It's nice to have the fucking money, but I mentally can't do the fucking the plane, trains, and automobile thing anymore.
This leads me to think of what made you, obviously, you know, get in touch with CW, and he got in touch with me, and then I got back in touch with him, and you know, that's how me and you got in touch again. What went through your mind to make you want to get in touch with me? Being that
I came across that card. And fucking came across that card. And fucking I was like, oh yeah, this is that dude. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, give him a call. Like I say, you know, everybody can use fucking money. Everybody can use fucking money. It's just a matter of, this is a hell of a lot easier to me to make money fucking doing a tape than going out and having to drive to a fucking wrestling show, be there for 5 hours and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to go wrestle, but hey, I'll have fun doing an interview.
No doubt.
You know, don't have to leave my house.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. All right. Why when most people think of ECW and what it was about, they tend to bring up simply hardcore? Above all else, what's your opinion on that?
Story. You know, the storylines that Paul Heyman came up with, we had the violence, but the storylines are all that Beulah stuff. Aren't they doing that right now? Fucking, is it? Who did I just see doing the Beulah McGillicuddy fucking angle? You know what I mean? There was great storylines at ECW that you know, the violence is what stood out. But if you violence, there was a reason for the violence. There was just it really wasn't like violence for violence sake. Some of the guys were like, you know, when you're doing the New Jack thing, you're playing the music, he just goes out. That's violence for violence. You know what I mean? But for the most part, there was always great, compelling storylines. Yeah, and guys that could fucking cut interviews like Shane Douglas and Cactus Jack fucking just go off for like 5-10 minutes and you're just like this. Damn, that shit's good, you know what I mean? Fuck, we had some guys that could cut some incredible Public Enemy's promos were fucking classic, crazy good stuff, man. We had some guys who could cut promos, man. Promos, violence, and storylines. I mean, it's a logical recipe to succeed. And a nut like Paul Heyman fucking acting like Geppetto.
All right, your thoughts on the talent in WWE today?
I don't know. I don't watch. Well, we've talked about it. They got all those dudes that never would have carried a strap fucking years ago. I mean, and it seems like there's a new. How many times has Punk had the belt in the last year or two? Like how many times? It seems like Punk's had the belt like 5 times. You know, some of these dudes, and Sheamus, how many times has that dude had? Although he's got the side, that kid's got Sheamus's. Out of all those new guys and stuff, he's the most credible, I think, of all of them, just because the kid's big. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think the kid's bigger than me. I've never been in the locker room with him, but by seeing him stand with other wrestlers, I think the kid's my size, you know? So, you know, and he's perfect for that company, you know what I mean? You don't have to wrestle too much. Some of those guys are still wrestling too much, too.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. When I first seen Sheamus,
he was raw as shit a couple months ago.
This dude is huge.
Yeah, he was real raw. You know, working every day. That kid's gotten better fast.
Yeah, he's a monster, man.
Because he's one of the dudes that if I'm rolling through it, I'll actually stop and maybe watch him for a minute. And you know, and it's also obviously the guys who you're working with too.
Supposedly likes him.
Yeah, well, and that'll get you a push too, but that doesn't make you better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That certainly does not fucking make you better.
I think it's something he's lacking still.
Well, the kid's fucking young.
Experience.
Get 1,000 matches under his belt.
Yeah.
I think he's made leaps and bounds already.
Yeah, definitely. All right, your most memorable moment?
That is too many. Like I always say, funk out of the box. The blind.
What's that funk out of the box?
I'm wrestling like Cactus Jack, and I bring out this big ass fucking box to the ringside. Like it's a surprise Friday. I can't believe you don't know this. You gotta go way back. And I bring out this big surprise for fucking Cactus Jack. And I used to wear these red, white, and blues with star pants on. So we put them on Terry Funk. Cactus Jack throws me over the top rope or something, throws me into the box. And when he goes to pull me up, pulls me into the ring, but it's not everybody thinks it's me. I'm down at the bottom of the box, and it's Terry Funk underneath the fucking turn. And when I can't believe you guys don't know this.
I probably have.
I swear to God, no, if you look at it, don't watch Terry Funk or fucking or Cactus. Watch the audience, because when they all think it's me because he's wearing the same pants and everything. When they take the fucking like the towel thing off of his head. And he starts to spin to the crowd, and you just watch the crowd, like, watch the reactions of the people. It's fucking it's classic shit. Great fucking moment. There's tons of them moments.
So that's the first one that comes to mind?
Well, yeah, the first couple. Yeah, Dreamer, Blind, the funk out of the box. There's good. There's stuff with Raven, my son and Raven, you know. That's the big one, kid. That was a kid. Huh?
You worked WrestleMania? You ever worked WrestleMania?
Yeah, 81,005 people in Detroit. We did it was me. Yo, they paid. I threw a clothesline. I did it. It was a 4-on-4. It was the ECW dudes against whoever. I forget what the other team was. But they paid me like $40,000, and I did a and I did a knee. I did a leg drop on Max Striker, and I clotheslined on one of those dudes over the top, bro. I mean, it paid you $40,000. Well, there was 80,000 people there. It's a pretty big gig. And if they paid me that means every single person in the match got that.
Wow.
There was 8 guys that got that kind of pay. Well, they said, but we were 7th on the card out of 9 too. You know what I mean? So we were 5 out of 7 or 8 or something.
So, all right. Well, what stands out to me is that you didn't mention that as one of your, Mania in particular, WrestleMania as one of your most memorable moments.
No, it's cool. No, definitely not nowhere near. I didn't do anything. The most memorable part was the paycheck. You know what I'm saying? It was a sea of fucking people, but
that's what I'm thinking. Like the 80,000.
You know, and the day of my life, I'm like, fuck, WrestleMania. You know, I'm working on WrestleMania, but I don't know, man. If it would have happened earlier in my career, probably it would have meant a lot more. But, you know, my career, you know, I had been around and done so much, you know. It was still significant, but it's nowhere close to the other stuff that I was talking about.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Your most favorite time in the business?
Those ECW days, like 95, 96, 97.
That's common sense, I think, right?
It was 4 years, 95 to 2000.
I should not even ask that. I should have figured that, right?
Yeah,
everybody would know that, right?
Great years, man. We were the hottest fucking company on the planet, man.
Yeah.
Doing some great shit.
What's the most thing that stands out about that time that makes you...
The camaraderie, fucking nobody cared about winning or losing. Everybody was trying to get everybody else over. Fucking, and nobody understood it though, how the ECW locker room was. Because at the ECW, at the bingo hall, fucking, it was all one big room. Now it's like there's guys over here in this room, there's guys over here, there's guys over here. We all dressed in one big room. We all sat around the same little fucking 12-inch monitor watching everybody else's shit, you know what I mean? It was a real family atmosphere, and anybody who came into our locker room, they were all like, God damn, it's cool as shit here. Mm-hmm. Oh, like, we didn't know that. You know, guys like Rick Rude. Rick Rude would be like, fuck, man, he'd say just like that to this fucking cool place. Yeah, it's a cool place.
Yeah,
everybody always said we had the best locker room that they were ever in.
For him,
because we just cared. We were all working to a main goal. You know, it's like when everybody tells you you can't. You know what I mean? We were the little engine that could. You know, make it into that pay-per-view, that first pay-per-view. You know, we were the little engine that could. The first time I ever put it like that.
Sound good too. All right, in your opinion, what was the greatest match in history?
Greatest match?
Yeah, greatest match.
I don't know.
Come on, you gotta have a greatest match. I got one.
I had fucking for bumps, Cactus in that fucking against the Undertaker in that cage match.
Yeah,
that fucking match. Cactus is fucking.
That is definitely
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was never into the wrestling match. I always liked the show part. I mean, you can tell I didn't care about it. I'm the show part. You know what I mean? I like the bigger than life, fucking Dusty Rhodes, fucking show part of it. You know what I mean? But probably for greatest matches, maybe like technical, like something like Dean Malenko and fucking like Eddie Guerrero, when those two guys would do 2 out of 3 falls for like an hour, and like Psychosis, Rey Mysterio. Those dudes fucking tear the fucking place down every night and give you a totally different match every single night of the week. Yeah, those guys could work.
So how's life treating you today?
What's up, buddy?
How's life treating you today?
A lot of golf.
A lot of golf?
A lot of golf with my 3-year-old.
Yeah,
see, these two boys don't even live in this house with me. The older one is his own apartment, and the younger one lives with his mom, like 8 miles away from here. So I got that 3-year-old with me most of, well, he goes out on the golf course with me. My days are spent with my 3-year-old. And that's the way it's been for the past 3 years.
All right,
No, he's 4. He was 4 yesterday. What do I keep? Yeah, he's 4 now.
What would you think is the best thing to tell a person who says wrestling is fake, to make them think otherwise?
I don't want them to think otherwise. It is fake. It's just because it is fake. I mean, I broke in 20 some bones.
You're gonna make me edit, and I don't never edit.
No, but it is fake. I mean, you get hurt, but it's a show. Listen, somebody tells me if I'm winning or losing every time I go out there. Yes, I talk to the dude, and I say, hey, unless you work with the guy a lot, and then you're just like, well, I'll see you out there. But yes, it's fake. I'm sorry, it's fake. People get injured all the time, man. I've got broken shit and woken up in hospitals, not knowing what city I've been in, let alone what country sometimes from head injuries and stuff. But you get hurt, but it's a dance. We're out there dancing. I don't want to. It's a dance.
I can't believe you would say that with being hardcore and all the pain you ever.
Well, no, see, that stuff's real, but believe me, when I'm putting when a guy's going through a table, he knew he was going through the table before he went out there.
Yeah, but you know what? That when they say it's fake, they mean the hits and.
No, the hits aren't fake, man. You don't get you're not gonna punch a guy in the face. Listen, wrestlers don't walk around with black eyes. How many times you see a guy get punched in the eye every match? 50? We don't have black eyes, we don't have fat lips, we don't have broken noses, we don't get cauliflower ear anymore.
I have seen black eyes.
Yeah, oh yeah, but for every punch that's thrown, how many black guys you see? 800 million punches, you know?
Yeah, you're right. So
No, the violence is real.
What's your point?
The violence is real, but it's set up violence. You know what I mean? No, I'm not going to punch a guy. No, yeah. You hit a guy with a chair and the chair's bent, obviously you hit the guy pretty fucking hard with it, you know?
Exactly. So how can, okay, so again.
It's set up.
You let somebody just say
no, it's real violence. Well, no,
I don't understand that.
All right, it's fake as in the point where you know whether you're going to win or lose. Okay, the violence, you know, you get injured. Everybody's injured everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
But if you know if you're going to win or lose, then obviously it's fake.
All right, can you speak on your education a little bit?
Nothing. High school.
Excuse me?
High school.
Graduated?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it?
Yeah.
No college? All right, your upbringing. Elaborate a little bit on your upbringing.
Well, my upbringing, mom, dad, youngest of 6 kids. Beat up every day when I came home from school. Parents were working 2 jobs, you know what I mean? Typical, a lot of sports.
How many siblings do you have?
5.
Brothers, sisters, what?
Oh, yeah, brothers and sisters.
All right. Your thoughts on the wrestling industry today?
I don't really know much about it. You know, I don't know. I'll watch like a couple minutes here and a couple minutes there, but I really, you know, besides the fact that there's way too many guys that are carrying belts that never in a million years I think that they should be carrying them. And I think it demeans the belt totally. The more, you know, belts used to change once a year or so. You know, back, you know, when I was getting into the business, fucking, you know, they're changing belts every fucking pay. You know what, in all those pay-per-views, I guess you gotta do something, you know what I mean? You can't have a pay-per-view without so, you know, too much saturation, maybe. Maybe that's why. I don't know, but obviously Vince is still doing the fucking proper things. You got 5 million people a week watching the show.
What the fans can look forward to from you in the future?
Nothing. Sorry. My retirement. Hey, if you want to play golf, Glen Mills Golf Course. It's Golfing Digest. It's 2 minutes from here. I'll be golfing there. It's #1. It's rated the #1 private golf course in the United States right now.
If anybody,
that's where I'll be golfing.
If anybody want to get in touch with you for, like, you know, booking for a run-in or an interview or something,
they can talk to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't want to talk.
That's good enough. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
All right. Who do you think is the greatest?
Yeah, I'm not putting my phone number on the end of this tape. Get my shirt with it.
You heard it from the horse's mouth. Call me. Who do you think is the greatest wrestler to lace up a pair of boots?
All right, greatest wrestler. I don't know. It doesn't have to be like. There's a lot like, you know, like a Van Dam, a Jericho, Shawn Michaels. There's so many fucking like great. Shawn Michaels, that fucking guy. Here's the thing. What makes me, what makes you great is not if you're so great. If every guy that you work against you make look better, and that's what makes you great. And then if you ask me, I think probably have to be Shawn Michaels. That fucking guy, I don't care who you put him with, man, he would fucking tear the house down. You know, so yeah.
It's funny you say that. In recent years, you hear that a lot.
Oh, is that right?
In recent years, yeah, you hear that a lot.
Yeah, I just think that guy's fucking phenomenal. Just good
work.
No matter how big, how small, whatever, man, he can just tear the house down with anybody. Van Dam's kind of like that too.
Yeah. All right, so your fans, you know, who supported you over
thank you very much. And just the most important thing that I can stress to you is that I was having, anytime if you came and saw me, I was having just as much fun as you were. If I wasn't, it wouldn't have been worth doing. Thank you.
Listen, I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate it, letting me into your home and
cool.
letting me do this.
You'll be welcome back.
You're the man.
All right.
OKFabe.com, we out.
Thank you, Kayfabe.